Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 29th of March 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Crow Tarot today. Let's see what these cards want you to be aware of for Tuesday and what energy is coming up. So I'm just going to shuffle these and choose 3 cards to see what's going on this day. So let's have a look. Right, so the first card is this one. We've got the Emperor. We had that yesterday, I think, or the day before. So that's an ongoing theme. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Nice. And finally, we have the Four of Cups. Okay. So we've got 2 minor arcana cards, one in the element of water, one in the element of earth. Those are both feminine elements, and they're very much about receiving. So looking at what's going on in your environment and what you can do to improve it and to beautify it. And then water is about listening to your higher self, being receptive to things that are coming your way, positive emotions, friendships, people reaching out to you. And with the Four of Cups particularly, making sure that you're receptive to that. And then we have the major arcana card, the Emperor. And the Emperor is really about taking charge of things, deciding this is what I'm going to do, this is the way I want to progress, and these are the action steps I have to take to achieve what I want. So here we've got, first of all, the 4th card in the major arcana. If you look at the major arcana as the Fool's Journey, the Fool, then we've got the Magician, the High Priestess, the Emperor, Empress, and the Emperor at number 4. It's kind of the Fool coming into the world, realizing that he has his own power, that he's always guided spiritually. Then he meets mum and dad. When he gets to the Hierophant, he is exposed to some sort of institution or society at large, and then you continue. So meeting dad for the first time, I don't know, if you think back to childhood, like 5 years old, the way you looked at your parents and they almost seemed kind of superhuman, these imposing, powerful figures. And that's kind of the gist of the Emperor, is this is someone who seems to have his act together, who, when he decides to do something, he can do it. He can scale mountains, he can achieve the impossible. So in this spread, I get the sense that it's the cards encouraging you, that you do have a lot more power than you realize. And if there is something in your life that you care about, and it seems difficult to kind of get that thing or to make progress, the message is not to give up, because you have the power of the Ram here. Ram is Aries in astrology, and that's a fire sign that says the main thing is to set a goal and then to pursue that goal. You'll learn on the job, you'll be able to overcome difficulties as they arise. The key thing is to tap into that motivation and that drive and that sense of, yes, I can do it. So here we've got this crow standing on top of a sword, and it's got these feathers around its neck. So the crow in itself is a symbol of freedom and mysticism and being able to kind of see the bigger picture, because you are tuned into something that's abstract or spiritual. So one, listening to yourself and kind of maintaining this broad perspective is helpful, because if you, rather than just looking at this scene and saying, wow, these mountains are high, if you zoom out a bit and you see the whole country is full of mountains, then there may be others that are even higher and ones that aren't as big, but it puts a different perspective on it, and your obstacles then seem more manageable, because things could always be more challenging. The feathers around its neck, other crows have said, do you know what, this one is a real winner. Let's celebrate this Emperor here. Let's elevate him or her, because the Emperor has done so much for the rest of us. Let's put him in this exalted position and recognize that this is someone who's courageous and strong and able to get things done. The sword is the element of air. That's about decision making. It's about seeing things clearly, being able to learn and to teach, but also standing up for the self and saying, this is unacceptable. I'm going to bring the sword down. I'm going to find another way. So everything about this card is encouraging you to look at what is important to you and then to pursue it with a sense of enthusiasm and strength and drive, because it'll be much easier to get to the top of the mountain than it is at other times. Next, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card that talks about success as a result of your work, as a result of your efforts, and being practical. So rather than saying, oh, you know, I'm not particularly successful in my job, poor me, I have absolutely no choice here, and I'm going to see this as set in stone and I won't be able to change it ever, ever, ever. The Nine of Pentacles says, I do have certain skills and talents. This isn't for the rest of my life. Again, I'm going to look at the bigger picture here and say, maybe there's a different opportunity where I can use my talents and add more value to the world and receive more value as a result. We've got a lot of symbols here. We've got the sun, so your solar plexus chakra. So again, it's about taking control and taking charge, using your energy in a grounded way. So both these cards are saying that you have a lot more control than you realize, and it's up to you to decide where to pour that energy. The lotus flower is a flower that has to fight its way through the mud to get to the surface, and then it can shine and be beautiful. So sometimes the journey is a little bit challenging. It's not just handed to you on a silver platter. And just because something is challenging today doesn't mean it's appropriate to give up or to throw in the towel. On this day, certain difficulties are seen as normal, and there may be a few hurdles that you have to jump over. But again, don't let those sway you and get you off track. The butterfly, obviously a little caterpillar turning into a butterfly, it's the potential to transform your practical circumstances and to make them really sparkle, and to adapt it in a way where you're surprised by the outcome. The outcome is so good that you're like, wow, I made an effort, but I could have never foreseen this amazing result. Then these branches with the little blossoms on it, there's energy in the world. It's kind of a springtime energy. You have a lot of new options. There's the potential for growth. And then we have the lone wolf here. And the wolf, I love the symbol of the wolf because it can be the lone wolf, as in this animal that stalks around in the snow and finds its own food and things. But it's also a pack animal. And, you know, packs of wolves are super intimidating and they're predators. So here it's one, and all the coins are next to it. So all of this wealth and success appears because you've decided to do things on your own, the same way the Emperor has. And the warning of the day is the Four of Cups is a card that talks about many good things that are present in your life. So let's say a loving family, you know, clothes on your back, a beautiful environment where you can sit under a tree and look out onto the countryside. And then we have another cup appearing via the clouds. So the universe is giving you opportunities, and it's saying, please decide what it is you love and pursue it. The only way to fall down with the Four of Cups is really saying, oh, you know, nothing is good enough and I'm dissatisfied. Therefore, I'm going to dig in my heels and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to kind of sulk. I'm going to lament the fact that things aren't good. And if you do that, you miss the other opportunities and things slow down as a result of negative feelings, which become bigger and bigger, because water is about your feelings. So whatever you focus on will get bigger. But if you say, yes, it's not perfect, I could have 300 cups here, but I've got 3. But nevertheless, I've got another cup coming my way. So I'm going to try and be grateful for that and look at the opportunities and see what I can do in the here and now. And that way, more cups will be delivered via this cloud. So the universe is on your side. So the cards are saying the key thing here is to maintain a productive frame of mind and to realize how powerful you are. You do have a lot more ability and control over any situation than you give yourself credit for. Number-wise, we've got 4 and 9 is 13. And then another 4 is 17. Hang on. 4 and 9 is 13, or let's do it this way. 4 and 4 is 8, and 9 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8, and 8 is strength and power in numerology. So 4 in itself is security and structure, and also in some of I used to have the handle on Instagram, Gregory Scott 444. I've come off Instagram now, but I put the 444 on there because to me it symbolizes taking divinely guided action, and that's the kind of action you want to be taking because you can't go wrong with it. So we've got 4 and 4, master number of 44. The universe is speaking to you and giving you ideas which you can then implement in a practical way. And if you do that, 8 is about strength and power. So the numbers are pretty much saying the same things as the card here. Listen to your gut, do something with it, and you'll be skipping along in the sunshine with not a care in the world. Good things coming your way. So it's really, really positive. I hope you have a lovely day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal readings. And to draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can use sunrise. Or what's even better is if I rectify your chart. That's a process where you give me 10 or more life events and I work out the actual time of birth. And once I have that, I get a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, and it tells me a lot about you. The things where if you work towards them, that will be very, very fulfilling. What's destined in terms of career and finances, relationships, travel, spiritual development. If you have any questions, I can answer those by looking at the progress chart, transits, and the tarot. And the astrocartography is really helpful when looking at different locations in the world and how each one's going to influence you. So if you have any questions and you're interested in any of that, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.